Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to Poke Suit Channel and the Guitar Leather System. Hey, I showed this guitar yesterday, but I played it with strings that were a year or two old, and it still sounds incredible. What's really cool about this guitar, it's a luthier made. It's kind of a mystery guitar. It just sounds unbelievable, though. And it's got a ton of saddle left, which is nice because this guitar has that kind of old, made in Japan in the 70s, like Yairi, Alvarez, type sound and vibe, but with a nice dose of Martin, kind of D28 thrown in there. Um, but there's a ton of saddle left, which is a good sign because most of those older guitars made in the 70s, the saddle's real low. They need a neck reset. You can get around that sometimes by just sanding down the bridge. You have to have a luthier do it very gentle, though. You can sand the bridge down, and which allows you to take the saddle down even more. So you don't always have to do a neck reset, although people make a lot of money on it. But I think in the 35 years I've been selling guitars, I've done it once. But anyway, this guitar is a mystery guitar. Um, I think I have this at I forget the price. It might have been 600 or something. But man, this the guitar just sounds unbelievable. It's just got and I just put some new strings on it, and the action's really nice on it. You could probably even go 12s on here. I put 11s. I'm going to make this a real short demo because I'm not warmed up at all. But yeah, this guitar sounds amazing. It reminds me of a really, really good like Yairi from the 70s or early 80s. But it's got that little bit of a Martin D28 quality too. This is really a nice guitar. Whoever made this knew what they were doing. Put some new strings on. They're still stretching a little bit. I said I put some new strings on. They're still stretching, but I actually only did the bass strings. 'Cause I've got several people interested in this guitar already, and they wanted to hear it. As you can hear, it just sounds unbelievable. Really a nice sounding guitar. Like I said, it's going to be short. Mystery guitar made. I like I said in my other video, believe it was made by a luthier who's actually quite skilled, but was possibly studying with another luthier. There's just too much tone in this guitar for it to be made by just an average luthier. I feel that maybe he was studying with somebody who was sharing some secrets, and it just sounds unbelievable. Really has a sound. Anyway, short video. Hear that? It's so hard to describe tone, but a great acoustic guitar has an orchestral balance, has a bandwidth, the overtones and the tone kind of swells, and it's got really, really nice crystalline mids and mid bass and nice crystalline highs, and it all works together in an orchestral manner. It's really hard to explain that, but a lot of guitars are just the bass dominates the tone, and it doesn't have good mid range, or doesn't have good mix between the mid and the mid bass and the treble. This guitar just sits. And another thing that's really hard to explain is how to explain that, like, this guitar has warmth and wood in it, and really, but yet the tone really breathes, and it still has really good clarity, definition, detail, and resonance, but also with warmth. I know that sounds like a paradox, but that's what a great musical instrument does. Anyway, I'm half asleep still. Anyway, this is a hell of a box. I'm really, and like I said, the action's really nice and playable right now, but there's a lot of saddle left, so if you wanted to come down, you can. And that's really nice. And the top seems to have, the solid top seems to have some figure in it too. Like, whoever made this guitar really knew what they were doing. And like I said, great instruments leave clues, and the clues on this instrument is that, and the binding has a little bit of an age look, but the clues on this instrument is somebody learned some secrets about making guitars, because this has a lot of Japanese luthier for this early 70s or early 80s tone. And so somebody really knew what they were doing that made this, or they were studying with somebody that knew what they were doing and shared secrets with them when they made it. But this just, the tone really reveals. It reminds me a little bit of like a sort of a pre-war Martin or type tone, married to a great made in Japan type tone. It's just really a fantastic instrument, and it's got a vintage case. Like, I'm going to go grab the case real quick, so hang on a second here. Apologize for the delay. As you can see, the case has kind of an alligator thing going on here. It's rough. The case is strong as hell, but it is rough. It's got it's the alligator stuff is coming off, but it's really strong. It's got really strong wood in it, but as you can see, it is a bit rough. But it's very, very strong, which is the most important. One of the most important things on a case. But this guitar just sounds unbelievable. But yeah, case is rough, but yet very, very, very strong. So I think it's kind of cool, personally. I don't mind a little bit of roughness, especially if it's strong. All right, folks, take care. Have a good day. Let's keep the positive faith, ciao.